everybody, this is Rose of Sharon, and I'm back again with another book review. I just recently read The Figure in the Shadows by John Belaris. I am thinking that this is the third book in the Lewis Barnavelte series, but don't quote me on that because I don't have a list of all the 13 books within that particular series in and of itself. And this one has our titular ship. Since book one we've known this, but it's got Rose and Lewis together, and Florence and Jonathan actually inform Lewis that Grandpa Barnavelte's trunk has a coin in it, a really old coin that he actually possessed in one point in time. And Lewis finds out that his grandpa, of course, was a wizard. Apparently it runs in the family. And this coin happens to be an amulet, but I'm not going to get too terribly much into the story itself because it's terrifying, but it's also very intriguing. And again, the whole theme of lying is one that is essential within Belaris's prose. And he does it quite well with this one, I think, and we finally learn who the figure in the shadows truly was and how Grandpa Barnavelte was connected by proxy. He wasn't the one responsible, but I won't say exactly what leads to the figure being awoken, but it's just like the first book in essence, that it's very unnerving and rather creepy and suspenseful, and I think that Mr. Belaris does a tremendous job in depicting these emotions, especially when Lewis is so frightened that he bursts into tears, and Rose has the same circumstance happen, but for another reason entirely that I'm not going to divulge here. But interestingly enough, I'm making comparisons to House of the Clock on its walls just due to the fact that it's really ominous. And of course there is a bully involved named Woody who calls Lewis Lardass, and Lewis hates that, and he becomes just overtly irate at him. And then there's a turning of the tides, but it's not out of his own strength. Let me just put it that way. It's a small spoiler, but I'm not going to give away too much here. It's a good read. It really is. It's absolutely spellbinding. It's mesmerizing. I was transfixed the moment I picked it up. Of course, Florence's relationship with Jonathan is still just like an old married couple. And I adore it. Just them bickering back and forth and calling each other names. And they do it out of love. They don't do it in a mean, hateful, or spiteful way. And it's adorable and just precious. Just like the first book, they've established that Florence is the most powerful of the wizards, and also another thing that's revealed is she actually went to college to become a wizard. And I thought, oh, if only I would do it. I know that I would probably be looked down upon, but I wouldn't mind having a little magic ability, and why not? But this is absolutely sensational. And of course, I'm not sure who did the illustrations for the original Lewis Barnavelte books, but the illustrations are provided by Nathan Collins, and I wanted to find, I really like how, I like his art style. It's, for some strange reason, it evokes Burton for me. And I'm not sure why, but it just does. And that's basically all I have to say about The Figure in the Shadows. I'm really looking forward to reading more of these books, honestly, because I want to read the whole set. I'm a collector. But an unfinished set greatly bothers me. That's all I have to say. So until next time, live long and prosper. Ciao, Titi.